The following video was pre-recorded on twitch.tv/codedman9000. More information on the stream times at the end of the video. Previously on Stone to Space.
For the start of Chapter 3, we went to Kerbal Space Program to learn how to make rockets so that we could explore the stars for a new home. We began playing on career mode while not knowing anything about what we were doing. After doing some research off-stream, we then moved to the science mode with newfound knowledge. We went to both moons, created communication networks, planes, science missions, a space station, and then ended the game by traveling all the way to Duna in the Antari ship.
After arriving at Duna, our ship the Antares fell apart, causing us to land on Duna and mine its resources so that we could fix the Antari ship. We unlocked various buildings, and also different types of science. After fixing everything but scanners on the ship, we then left the planet behind us as we continued to travel in space. Partially during our space flight, we landed on an asteroid. Over the course of a few hundred cycles, we had mined out the asteroid, converting its resources into various things that we needed in order to keep 24 dupes alive. We made a lot of automated machines to take, cool, or convert items into other items. We then turned on a machine that would allow us to take a dive into the dreams of one of our dupes. Hello and welcome to a Twitch Plays Along series called Stone to Space. Today we're in Chapter 3, Space Travel. Today we are playing Vintage Story. This is the current list that I have. As you can see, there's there's actually 3 mods that are not being used right now. Don't know why that was turned on, but also not working, or blocked out. So, I have a culinary artillery, and expanded foods. Those are things that I would like to use again if I can get them working. For right now, expanded foods has a dependency of the culinary artillery, which I have downloaded, but for some reason, this is not working. It keeps saying that it's not finding a certain bucket or something, or movable liquid, something like that. Another thing that's not working right now is the backpack standard mod, which allows you to upgrade your backpacks once you make them. You can add different plates of metal to it, and it'll increase the amount of storage you have. We might end up not using that. Pretty much all of these mods are downloaded from Wellbred's first server, considering that the one that's currently running is the second one. So we also have animal cages, because I would like to capture animals and move them around without having to put them in a hole and slowly moving them around. Auto map markers, because I would like to automatically map things. I mean, self-explanatory there. Bed respawn, just so it works kind of like Minecraft, if not exactly like Minecraft. Better grass, I actually don't remember why I have this here. I think it was just something that Wellbred had on his server to make grass look better. Better ruins we're definitely keeping. The butchering mod, I loved using that. It works well with culinary artillery and expanded foods. These two, no idea what they're for. I downloaded them because of the server. I don't know what they're for. Extra info, this I do know. It, along with extra overlays, they both pretty much do the same thing, but in different areas. They give you more information on things that the vanilla game would not. Food shelves, so we can store different foods for a longer amount of time. Golden Globes is a favorite in the server. It allows us to use bees for more things. Improved handbook recipe, that's self-explanatory. Juicy ores is pretty much just a visual thing to help me see the ores within the stones. Without them, it's hard for me to see, and it was also part of the server. I'm not sure if we're going to use wooden torch holders. It's a good way to light up outside areas on the floor without having to use a lantern, but we might not use that. Primitive survival, we're going to have to look over because I don't remember why I kept it from the server. Prospect Together, I think I might actually delete, because this is for between players. This is a server related mod. I'm going to turn that off for now. This displays status information on the HUD. We have the Stone Bake Oven, which is a favorite in the community. Stone Quarry I am downloading just because I like to use the storages that they keep for rubble, and yeah, like the little stone rocks, the sand and gravel of different stones. And then Terra Pretty, I don't remember what this is for. I mean, it says a redesign of Royal Gen to feel more natural, beautiful, and enjoyable to traverse. So that's probably just an aesthetic difference. And then the next one after that mod, which is not a vanilla thing, is all the way at the bottom, the inventory tweaks. I don't know what this mod is for, except for, you know, the last two words. Obviously, it's a tweak for inventory, but at the same time, what does it tweak? So we're going to go through seriously all of these mods and make sure that things are updated to like the newest version of the mod that works with the game. And I need to know how to do that. So I'm going to go into Google. I'm pretty sure it's part of the Vintage Story website. It is. There's a thing for it. A page of the Vintage Story. And well, here's better prospecting. Oh, is this all in F? No, it's not alphabetical. Okay, so if I do animal cages, it's definitely this one. And this is the latest release for Vintage Story 120.0 through the one that I'm currently using, number 5. Is this the same that I'm currently using? 401. No, it is not. We could update this. Actually, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to download the zip folder. So I am going to turn on well, I thought I was going to turn on something. It's actually not on here. We want a window capture so you guys can see what I'm doing. If I do this one, you're not going to see anything right away because I need to change the website to this. And make it smaller at least, and we'll just hide it in the corner over here. So you guys can see what I'm changing on the website. Now, as you can see, I am watching percuss. I need to figure out how to... There we go. Make it so that you guys aren't seeing everything on there. And we'll leave it there for now. Don't know why I went to servers. I didn't click on that. So, we are going to go to here. I'm going to go into this folder. Maybe I'm not, because it actually needs to be a zip folder in the mod list. And then I can delete 401. All right, next thing, we go back. We'll do auto map markers. Which looks like this one. It says potentially outdated. Is it the same code? It is the same. Next one after that would be our broken one, which is backpack. We'll just do backpack pack. Oh, do I have to actually do the whole thing, maybe? I don't know if this mod is still in use. Alright, what if I just do backpack? It's this one. So it was all one word. So as you can see here, the backpacks itself have little lines on them, and that is, ooh, 100% outdated. So we might not use this. It looks like the last time someone said anything on here was April 22nd. There's an updated mod found. That is even further outdated. So this is the newest one, and that link takes us to an older version. So we are probably not going to use this. So I'm just going to delete it from my list. Now, you guys aren't going to see the list be completely updated because I have the mod folder open on a different screen for me to edit it. But in here, this, you guys can't see my cursor. On the game, nothing changes until you reload the game. So I would have to close out of it and reload it, and then the list would be changed. Next would be bed respawn. Which has a Minecraft bed. This is outdated, but I do know that it currently works on my game. There is no number on the zip folder, so I actually don't know if it's fully updated. I'm going to assume that it is, and it says it's outdated, but all it does is just allows the bed respawn to be changed to your bed. So I don't think we need to really look at that. Better grass to see what it actually does. And we also get Terra Pretty, so we'll do that afterwards as well. So better grass apparently covers the side of the grass block. So normally it would be like Minecraft where it's a dirt grass on top. But with the better grass, it adds it on the side. So I definitely want this. And the download, that's like potentially outdated, so it might still be 003. I have 003. We go back. Why are you licking my hand, little girl? Working on patches for the newest update. What I want to make sure is that I have 709. And that would be all the way to the bottom. It is not updated. So let me just delete the current Terra Pretty that I have. And download this one. You get out of the mod. I'm gonna have to chug the rest of this water just so to stay out of the mug. What? You're misbehaving, little girl. Hmm. I didn't know where else to put it other than on top of another mug. Okay, type ready. I did download it. It is on the mod list, so we will get to it later. Excuse me. The next thing is Better Ruins. Make sure that that is updated to the newest version. It has this picture. Do I need these? Don't know if I need those. But this does work up to the newest version of the game. So let's make sure that I have that as the correct one. I have 050 on the mod list. We need 054. Another reason why I'm doing this on stream instead of having this updated beforehand is to kind of go through it with you guys so that you can download the same mods that I have if you want to play along with me. The next one is a butchering mod, which is a favorite for me. I just really like using the butchering aspect of that mod. We're gonna have to type in a person that worked on it so that I can get the right mod. Because that just says butchering, and none of these only say butchering. And the picture for the mod is just a tree with a gear, so that doesn't help me either. And compatibility. I don't know if it is still here. How do I look up? Uh, would that help? I don't think it did. Although the mod pack does say code, so maybe this would help. I don't think it's this. But it could be. Maybe they updated the picture. So all this does is adds a table, cleaver. I am seeing stuff within the pictures that are part of it, and the name. The name is correct on the actual file itself. And it is for the newest, the second newest update, the one that I am actually using. So if I download that, we will get rid of the old one. Add in the new one. And the next mod that I have on here is common lib, and I'm pretty sure that's a dependency mod. So we're going to skip that and go to Donna tweaks, just like how we skipped culinary artillery. We're going to wait until we get to expanded food since it is a dependency, or since it has a dependency of the culinary artillery. So if we go to Donna tweaks, what the heck is this for? Crackable fire starter, okay. I guess that allows you to use wood. Are we not normally able to put pie on shelves? I don't know what this is for, actually. A lot of quality of life tweaks for comfortable and or hardcore gameplay, safe to add or remove in existing worlds. Can be installed on server client or both. Mod is completely configurable. You can and should disable everything else that you don't need. What tweaks does it do? A fire pit heats oven. Wax cheese placed on ground. Cancel book signature. Hello, pretty girl. Oh, you're a paintbrush. You're not the girl. Use planks and pit kiln. I don't think I'm ever gonna do that. So, stable. Client side tweaks. Auto panning, auto walk. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I would have had that downloaded because of the auto walk thing that everyone on the server really liked. So, do I have the newest Donna tweaks? I have not got the newest one. It also says that it's outdated, and it 100% is going off of this number. That should be a 5, if not a 6. But the mod that I have downloaded is definitely not the same number. So let's download this as well. Did I not move the butchering mod into here? Looks like I didn't. I went to drag it and it didn't do it. Why is it not? Oh, I put it into another mod folder. Oh no. I don't know which mod folder I just did that in. Give me 1 second, chat. I put in comlib. Let's delete that out of there. Did I do that in another folder? Yes, I did. In extra overlays. Hopefully I didn't do that anywhere else. Alright, what's next up? Expanded foods. The one that I'm the most excited for. That's not spelled expanded. Well, that's the food shelves. We'll get to that eventually. Do I do a culinary artillery first? This is the one that I want. That's for testers, though. 125 is the one that I had downloaded. But we could do this one as well, but that's not usable yet. If I go into this one, it is a little outdated. I don't know what this means by fork update. If I go to this one. So this does have the correct thing. Do we download this or do we go off of this one? I'm gonna go off of this one. Is this being downloaded? There it goes. So if I get rid of this expanded foods, which is 174, That is the same exact number that's right here. So I just downloaded the same mod that I already have, which requires 1, 2, 3 to work, as it says right here on the actual game. Priors dependency, culinary artillery 1, 2, 3. I go into here. We look at files. We should be able to see 1, 2, 3 right here. I do have it downloaded, but it's for 120.1 and we're on 121. So that is probably why my game is not working there. So we're probably gonna have to go into the dev folder and actually download that. So if we download dev 6, I guess, since that is the newest on there, I'll get rid of this expanded foods 174. We'll move this one over here. Get rid of this. And then I'm gonna guess that that will tell us what one we need. So if I quit, we will get an updated list of the mods. Some of them are probably going to be unchecked. No. All right, this needs at least dev 0.1. So if we go to here, I wonder if it will work off of dev 11. Dev 1 would be this one. I'm going to download the first one, number 11, see if that would work. So if I get rid of a culinary artillery 1, 2, 3, and then we quit and go back into the game. Is there no music here? Let's give you guys something to listen to while we're doing this. Alright, looking at this, that looks like it's working, and expanded foods looks like it's working. So maybe we don't need the other... the first dev file? Alright, what is after that? Extra info. It's probably this one. Actually, no, it'd be a white vault thing. You know what? This is the only one. So what extra info does it actually supply us with? How we obtain it. Oh, and it tells us how long the things are gonna burn for. Okay. 110.1? No, I have 110.0. So let's update that. Next, extra overlays. Is the game really loud for you guys? It is, kind of. Because that is really loud for me. Let's turn that down to 10. I think that's actually still too loud. I changed that down to 5. That's a decent level. Back to mod. Extra overlays. Those common live. So I'm guessing that's a dependency of extra overlays. Requires common lid. Yep. Awesome. Okay, this one works for an outdated version of the game, but do I have that version? Extra overlays. I have VS 120. So this is definitely a newer version. If I download that, we'll get rid of this one. And with extra overlays over to here. Now, I don't know which one it's going to require. I don't know if this has been updated. VS 118 Plus. We're going to go to that and see if there is a newer version. 121. The one I have is currently outdated, so we'll update that as well, just in case that is the one that we need. Okay. Next. Food shelves. Oh, that opened a whole new thing there. So, extra overlays. What does it actually show that is different than others? Health bar, maybe? That's the only thing I'm seeing. It does say health within there. Maybe it's saying the damage tier as well. I think that's the only thing it's doing. So that's a good quality of life thing. Food shelves. Purposeful storage? That looks cool. What we want is this one, because this is the one that allows us to store food differently. It allows us to have different things for vegetables, which will increase the amount of time it takes for them to spoil. And since I am a noob to this game, I'm using that. It also does give us a seed storage, which displays what seeds are there. I have 221. This is 233. Oh, and it's also working for the newest update. That's pretty good. If I get 221 deleted and we move 233 into here. All right, next is from Golden Combs. This was mine and at least Willow's favorite mod when we were playing Wellbright's server. And they have a new photo. So what this adds is a new hive pot that you can create. I'm also letting it cycle through the different folders. I never used this, I don't think, so I don't actually know what that is. I'm guessing that's a beehive that we can make. I have no idea what this is. Never used that. This, I think, is seed storage. Is there a way to see what it does? I'm guessing those things that I don't know were frame racks. So they added stuff to this mod that we're going to use. Let's download it, because I know 100% that this is outdated in the mod folder. I have 121V191, and that's 194. Wait, what? Yeah. Did it finish downloading? Said it did. But I'm not seeing it in downloads. If I go here and then go back. There it goes. For some reason, it didn't show that it was downloaded. That was weird. Alright, now we get to see what this improved handbook recipe thing is for, besides, you know, straightforwardness of the name. Is that not how you spell improved? No, I forgot the O, or the R, I mean. Let me see what the file is named. It is all one word, so maybe I need to go like this. No. I don't know if this is still a thing. We're gonna change this to that it already is code. What does this mean? It's 221. Is that what we're currently using? No, we just updated that. Ignore the triangle. That did concern me for a second there. I don't know if we still have this available on this. Makes recipes easier to find from the handbook by letting you scroll freely among variants, adding autofill buttons, and displaying what ingredients are not consumed. Would that be similar to this? Craftable tab will show you exactly what items you can build right now based on your current inventory storage within 20 blocks. That's not at all what the current mod does. And I kind of feel like that takes away something from the game, because you're no longer going into your chest to see where everything is. I think we might have to just get rid of this. Because I don't know if I can find that again. If we do any here, and then search again, do I find it again? I do. Why didn't I find it the first time? Seems odd. I do have the newest one, but it is quite outdated. It is not for this version at all. Even if we look at this, it also says that we can't use it. So, I am gonna have to delete it anyway because it hasn't been updated. There's no point in having it. That was 113, yeah. Alright, that is unfortunate. I did want to go back and look at this storage. So this gives us different storage options for displaying our stuff instead of just putting it into a chest. I think this looks neat. Food shelves, yep. So it's made by the same person. Blocks that can be open, closed, like to sometimes hide other blocks when active animations. When they're open, when the player is looking through a window. Okay. I think we're going to use this. Seems like a neat mod that just adds, you know, quality of life stuff. All right, let's go to Juicy Ores. This is a content mod. Did I spell it wrong? I did not. Why is it not showing up? Could be all one word. Could maybe not be a thing anymore. The mod itself says content, so that's why I changed the mod type to a content. What if I just do ores? Juicy ores right here. I'm gonna look for a similar picture. And I don't think it is a thing anymore. Could be this one, but I'm not sure. Who created it? Actually, this does look exactly the same, and that's the photo. Well, that was weird. Oh, they updated the name. So it's now Juicy Ores Finished. Okay, so this is potentially outdated. That is 101. Is that what I have? No. We're going to download that. Change that. Next one is for wooden torch holders. I am actually debating on if I want it. Because I was watching Percuss, as you guys saw earlier, and saw how he was using the lanterns in a way that made things look a little bit better. Like, mechanical-wise. So I don't know if I actually want it or not. Let's look at the mod and see if it updates anything else. This is... We'll just type in NDL and see if that brings it up. We also want this to be on code instead of content. Wow, NDL did a lot of things. So, it allows us to hang a torch from the ceiling, on a wall, and also on the floor. This is what I was mostly keeping it for. Because there are already there are already torch holders for on a wall that make it so that the torch never runs out. You don't have to relight it. This mod does the same thing, but it also adds ceiling holders and a floor holder. Going off of the zip file, we will update it. Just so that I have it. I have 202, that's 211. So let's download this and add it to the list. Next one is Primitive Survival. This is one of the mods that I have no idea what I have that for. I'm guessing it did something with another... with another mod. I guess it goes well with these two. So if we look at Primitive Survival... adds plenty to gain. Not. Fish trap. Don't know what that was for. Adds us to spear fish. I'm guessing it adds aesthetic things like the bear on the floor. The smoker. Okay. It allows us to add ruts with water. I don't know what this is for. I'm guessing it's for the worms? There's more than enough information to get you started. Look under, guys. There are more ways to cook them up. You'll get a lot new proteins from this mod. There are more ways to cook them up. Be sure to check out culinary artillery. So it works well with those two. Okay, so this adds the tree holes that give you stuff. It gives us better stairs, which allows us to do different things. Okay, we're definitely going to keep this. Alright, how outdated are we? This is primitive survival 394, this is 402. Get rid of that, move this over. Next should be Prospect Together, which stores all displays prospecting data on the map and allows sharing. Okay, we might want it just for that first portion of that sentence. And since it is all one word, I'm going to type it in as all one word. This is another code. I think it's this one. So I don't need to share it, but we might keep it just for the fact that it shows us better things. And that's actually the mod that I... Oh, no, never mind. Single player and client side only. If you want to share prospecting, this mod must be installed on the server as well. Okay, so we will keep this just for a better look. It is outdated on my mod list, so let's get the newest one. If I had more time today before streaming, I would have had this updated beforehand. But anyway, status HUD. This is a code mod. I'm gonna guess it's this one. Now being called continued. Not actually sure what it does. Oh, it gives us all the different things that we can look at. So in the game, there would be different icons at the bottom that either is vanilla or the mod adds. And this, we can add even more things where it says altitude here. We could have it for something like how wet we are. Like if we go into a river and we come out of it during the winter, we'd be cold until we dry out. So this would tell us how wet we are. Obviously, there's a bunch of different things here. It also tells us the light level, which is something I'm probably going to use the most for. The room. I don't think I need anything else. We're not going to use temporal storm because I'm going to turn that off in the game file. But should make sure this is done. I definitely do not have the current one. I have 331. That's 402. Next thing, stone bake oven. That's not a bake. It would be this one. Now, I did see that Percuss is starting his next server. And this is, it's different ways of cooking things. Now, I didn't use this in the server, or on the server, but I did use something else that it brought with it. So I don't know. This is an outdated thing, and I do currently have that folder file, so we don't need to do that. Let's go to Stone Quarry. Stone Quarry would be this one. It adds in the different hammers and chisels. It adds in different ways of storing the stones when we actually mine it out. That's even more storage. This is what I use the most. This is the rubble storage, where you can put in rocks, gravel, and sand. I don't know if it's in that order, but I think it is. What else does it do? Okay, that's just them holding the rubble storage in their hand. I'm guessing it has stuff in it because it says andesite. Yeah, it says everything that's in it. So it's stone, gravel, and sand. The stones are the little things that the drifters will throw at you. So it's not like a big chunk of stone, it's the little pebbles that they throw. And then these are the spikes that we're going to be using for getting the large rocks like this. So this is 121.1. Do I have that one? I have 121, not 121.1. So we'll update that. After that, I see Terra Pretty, which we already know we updated. But we are going to check to make sure, just in case. And this is... it should be a code thing. Why do I not... oh, it's 2 R's. Make sure that I have the right one. 709... I do see 709. Alright, so then... anything that says Tyrone should be vanilla game. And this is an inventory tweak thing that I don't know if we need. I do Xandos and just search that. We get nothing because I did a Z instead of X. What is this for? There are no pictures, so I have no idea. The mod improves a collection of small tweaks to improve inventory handling. You configure the general file, which parts the mod if you want to use. You use bulk operations configure. Okay, this is a bunch of different things. This is shortcuts that I didn't know about. Okay, so if I did Z mixed with a bunch of different things, it would sort items for us. Z and Alt sorts our backpack, that's awesome. Control, left click, close transfer. Oh, this I did know. We'll do transfer. Okay, so we do want this updated. I have 181, and that is what's here. So we now just went through all the mods that I have and updated them. If we reload the game, it should be all good. If I quit, we go back into it. And we look at the mods again. There should be no triangles. That is different. Okay, I see nothing that is saying that it's broken. Let's do a test load. I'm going to get rid of this file and start a brand new test one. And we're just going to create the world and see if it loads. When I was doing this before stream, I had a bunch of issues where the game would tell me that there were errors, or the game would load and then I wouldn't be able to see anything. It would never load the visuals. And one of the things that I figured out, I would have to close out of the game and reload it. I see an issue with wooden torch holder. We might want to get rid of that. We are loading the game. Those dots down at the bottom mean that it's actually trying. Okay, so if I confirm, and then confirm class. Okay. I have the map, I have visuals. If I get to somewhere higher, I just want to see if anything higher or further out looks wrong. I am getting a little bit of lag, but that it could be just due to the initial start of the game, where everything is loading in. So nothing appears to be bugged out. There's a bear chasing what I think is a pig. This is also not going to be the save that we play. This is, again, as I named it, just for testing the mods. I am trying to get somewhere higher up to see a little bit further out. And I don't think this is letting me see further. I think it's taking me away from things that I actually wanted to see into. Now, another thing I want to find is the mod that allows me to see a color map compared to the black and white style one that we currently have. So let's leave world. If we go into our mods here, I want to look for something like a better map. We're gonna change this to any mod type. Here goes the legacy. That has nothing to do with mods or maps. Map 3D, don't really need that. I see the auto map marker thing, but that doesn't turn the map into a colored map. Is that a thing that I change in-game? Okay, is that structure respond? No. They'll need more map icons. Or the waypoint colors. This is for a map that we can place down. That's not what I was looking for. That is cool looking though. We get like a 3D version of it. I'm guessing that would show like a updated versions. As you update something, we could see it as like a little thing. If we go back in, I want to see if there's a setting that I can change. And we should get that same error with the torch holder again. Yeah, recipe for torch holder. I can't tell. Oh, that says aged ebony is not being found. Okay, so one of the recipes is not working for that, but the rest of them should be working. So is there a setting for the map that I can change? What if I type M? Terrain? No. That's prospecting. This is prospect together. How? Is it this button? No. What mod makes this look colored in? Because I want it like the auto map markers thing, if we look down here. I want it to look like this. Is there a mod that this works with that would show us that? Don't think it does. There's a way to change the map. Is there a way? You should be able to use the command. So it's a thing that I have to type in. If I do... I do that, does that do anything? Looks like I typed in something wrong. Let's try it again. What if I just copy and paste? Okay, so if I look at M and we move this way, does the map then change at some point to being colored in? It did say something about having to reset the map if we already loaded the map. No, that didn't do anything. If you already revealed a lot of the map, I think you may still see the old color map. You have to rediscover all the old, or that's not at all what I thought you were saying. What if I do this, but then set it to being false? And we go this way. No, it's still not a colored map. What mod colors the map? Because I feel like that would be a setting. Maybe an interface? Do what minimap? Because that just turns that off. What I want is the map to be colored. And there's nothing to scroll through there. No. I would expect it to be in here, but it's not. Not waypoint colors, that just adds colors to the waypoint. Is it this? No, that's a different style.
One of the big changes in Vintage Story 1.1.
I look through this. We're gonna turn that off. How do I change it? Alright, so it was a setting before loading the game. So if we leave this and we create a brand new world, customize. What's this guy looking at? Oh no, this seems outdated. Changes it world color accurate world map. If we make this and play it right away. Okay, confirm skin, confirm class. There we go. Okay. So it's a setting before you turn on the game. Right next to us. Okay. So now that we have all that figured out, save and leave world. Apparently I was on red clay. I did that. I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to change this to be contest. I'll also change the name of this. Alright, next thing I want to do is download some mods that Percuss recommended. And I wrote that down somewhere. I think I have to go into another tab here so that I can see. Stream notes. Okay, one thing that he said is a mod called Step Up. I'm guessing that auto steps up your character. Doubles the height of players to allow stepping out of whole blocks by just walking. Yeah. This is something that I think Willow was talking about in her previous thing. It's very outdated, but I think it'll still work for us. Now this is not a mod folder. Is that going to work for us? If I move this in here, do we get it later on? Let's quit the game, reload the game, and see if the mod folder has Step Up in it. Unable to load mod, check log file. Okay, so this is the thing that I just downloaded. It is not a folder like the rest of these are. It is a thing that is usually inside the folder. Step Up Advanced. What if we go into here? This, on the other hand, is a zip folder, and it is updated to the newest version of the game. So we're going to download that one and add that into here. Alright, next thing he said to download it was Status Hub HUD. We already have that. We already have extra info. We already have the inventory tweaks mod. Did we get improved handbook thing? I already forgot. No, we did not. So if he recommends it, we should probably re-download it. And I'm gonna have to take a quick restroom break, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Alright, so let's look for this inventory improved handbook thing. So if I re-download this, we add it back to our mod list, it should work. Because I don't think Percuss would recommend a mod that doesn't work. He did recommend the medieval map mod, which I don't think I'm going to use. But let's look at it. I'm just going to type in that, and then it brings this up. So what it does is change how things look. Oh, let's configure colors. Signifies the world map, or simplifies the world map with customizable colors similar to the default map, but looks a bit nicer on map for building a settlement. Also provides a happy medium between the default map and the color map, as it helps a bit with the visibility on the map of generating points of interest like ruins or traders. So this is probably a good mod. That will distinguish things a little bit better than how the game actually runs. So we will actually download this. It is outdated, but I think it'll work. Because again, I don't think Percuss would recommend a mod that does not work. And the last thing is something called Better Fire Pit. Now, he did explain this to me in person. When you're playing the game and you add something to the fire pit, it starts heating up. Now, when you add in another thing on top of it, like let's say you're adding a 38th piece of quicklime, or whatever this is, I think that's salt or something, or calcium. When you add a 38th piece, it resets the temperature to being 0, and then it has to heat up again. The fire pit mod should allow things to stay heated and then just take a little bit longer when you add another piece. Prevents the game from resetting the temperature after each item cooked, removing the need to slowly feed items from a heated stack into the fire pit. Can now just load a stack to the fire pit and leave it. I don't know if that is exactly the same way that I just explained it. Prevents the game from resetting the temperature after each item's cooked. So is it saying that after each time it gets another quicklime, it would reset the temperature to 0? A little confused by that, but he seemed very thrilled with this. I'm going to download it. Alright, let's reload the game and see if it still works. Mods. Does anything not look good? I see no triangles. I see everything is turned on. Okay, so we are close to being ready. If I turn off the website now. Okay. Are there any mods that you guys would like to see me use? I don't know how many people are in here that play Vintage Story, but are there any mods that we could benefit from? Oh, also, I need to go into our to-do list and get rid of the entire to-do list, because there's nothing on there that we were doing in this game. You know, I will just put survive as the to-do list. Okay, I am seeing no one saying that they want any new mods. So if we go in here, we're going to delete this. Actually, we did not load in the game after adding those couple of mods. Do want that. I don't need this opened anymore. Okay. So far, it looks like it's working. Now, I think that did just reset our map. Hmm. So if I were to go this way a little bit. Yeah, it did reset all the colors. This was what? Maximus medieval map. How do I change the colors? I think we might disable this mod. Or I could ask Percuss to help me with changing the mob colors. Yeah, we're gonna disable that mod and maybe delete it. I actually did just delete it. That was this one. And then if we reload, we should go back to having a colored map. Okay, there you go. Back to colored map. Now, it did say that the map would be not colored correctly until I go into those spots again. Then it'll reset. So that's that done. And if I just get a few things opened off screen. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna create that. Actually, no, we'll keep this. We're gonna create the world that we're going to be using. Now, I did think about using exploration last time, I believe. Android comments. We do want this for our story. Customize. Um, we're going to turn this up 10 days, even though I'm going to turn off the temporal storms. And if we have it on keep inventory contents, then we don't have to worry about this. Survival changes. We actually did increase this to being 12 days because if we continue doing this every week, we should be going into a new month. Going off of how long we are going to be streaming it. I am looking at all the other stuff. World map, color accurate. We want that turned on for this. And I did want this to be obtainable. I'm glad that's already set there. Actually, is this all set the same way as the last one I did? It looks like everything is set the same way. Okay, so if we apply all of that. Oh, no, I actually want to go in here. World Seed. So that you guys can play along with us if you want to. It is going to be stone to space, all one word, but with 2 capital S's. Apply that, and this is going to be called stone to space. And we are going to load into our new game. Let's see what we get. So we're going to run around for a little bit, collect some stones to make stuff out of, and then we're going to take a quick cat break so I can feed the cat since it is close to being noon in my time. All right, now we're in our character selection, so I want to go through and change things. Now, I usually like to be a little green guy, just to try and be Bulbasaur. Yeah, I do like that, the pine needle one. We'll go with the green eyes. Actually, what color eyes does Bulbasaur have? More of a red. That's not really red. I'll go with the dark green. Underwear, I do want it to be that. And I think I liked having the saxophone for the voice. We'll go with a medium pitch. Hair type, I do want it on classic. I do not want secondary hair. Keep it on grin, no mustache, no beard. Actually, I do want beard. We'll keep it on stubble. And hair color. Definitely the dark one that it was already shown on. Let's confirm the skin. Now we get to go into our classes. Commoner is your default class, nothing special, nothing wrong. And then as we go further into, they have bonuses and bad things. Forgetting what they're called. So this one means that we'd say if we deal less damage and we are slower at mining, take less damage and we deal less damage. The game is stock there. Okay, Clockmaker is where we missed. I don't think we actually want anything. I think we do want to be just normal. I mean, if we do the tailor, we can make the sewing kit and clothes. But it is like we can't get any clothes from something else. No, this is stuff that we can make only with that. Okay, we don't need to be the tailor. So let's do our commoner. And this is our map. Oh, right away, copper. If I press shift. No, I need to switch those. Because I like using... Sprint is shift? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. So I do want this as control. So we're going to either pick up these little copper bits, because when we get into metal, they're going to be the only ways that we can get copper until we make a copper picks. Now, I am going to mark this so that we have that. And I keep forgetting that I don't have to jump anymore going up these. So I'm looking for flint and also copper. Let's go... Was that a bear? I saw something there. I am surprised that I'm not seeing flint. I am going into the tree area over here because I think I'll be able to see things easier on the ground. Or this is going to end up having more foliage. Oh, a ruin right away. Huh. Anyway, let's go through here. I am not seeing anything. Well, here's some sticks. We do need sticks. Oh, here's some flint. Okay. Are we going to find any more in here? I'm not sure if going in this was actually a good choice. I am kind of doing it just so I can see up higher. Whoops. Just want to move. This main area is very hilly. I don't know if I want to be in this area. I'll grab some more sticks on the way. Oh, there's another stick. Let's try and find a relatively flat area. So if I go out to here, well, that's a wolf. We're not going to go that way. I do also need to find food. We have some reeds here. What is this? Quartz bix in shale. So there's a whole coal deposit here. I think I should make... No, I need another thing of flint before I can make anything. What I'm going to make first is going to... Brown coal. Okay. What I'm going to make first is a flint knife. I just need another piece of flint so that I can bang them together. I am just not seeing flint. All I'm seeing is quartz, because there's a quartz node under here and they are very large. Here's some more red clay. That's just some stone. That's a rift. Is this flint? Nope. I think that might be a wolf over there in the grass. Flint? Here is some flint. Quite a bit of flint. So there is a flint node here. I am going to put in a thing here. So that I know I can come back here to get a little bit more flint once we have a pickaxe. But anyway, we have enough flint that we can actually put together a few things. So if I do a knife, we go through here with the flint in our hand and we just get rid of all this. That gives us our flint head. I'm going to do an axe as well, so that we can start using wood. And do I need another one right now? Shovel, spear. Oh, I don't think we need the rest. So in our inventory here, we'll put 2 sticks. We'll grab our knife and our axe for later. And now we're going to go back to that water. Those are little tiny chickens. Look at that. Look at the little chicks. I never saw chickens or chicks on the server with well-bred because I never got that far. I am just exploring any cave that I see. Actually, there's water right here. That's the water I was looking for to begin with. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to these cattails. And we're going to grab stuff. Because these little reeds are going to be how we create our first storages. So if we just go around here, we're going to pick up as much as we can because I can use these to make a little basket for our inventory and also a first chest before we have planks from a saw, which we can only do after we get copper. Alright. I think I have all of it. So if I just go like this, I should be able to go like this. Oh, I'm definitely doing something wrong. Is it double? It is double. Okay. So now we have an extra 3 slots there. And now we have an extra 6 slots, so I can go like this and put all that stuff in there. It doesn't help us too much, but it does get stuff out of our hotbar while we're going and looking for a new place to lay, or sleep. So, what I want to do now, once I make sure that I get all of this, is figure out where we're going to sleep. Or where we're going to live. Taking a look at this, it looks like the main area that we're at is very hilly. I'm going to go north to what I think could be a villager or a trader. And of course we'll pick up anything on the way that we notice. I do need to find something food related. And I'm just not sure if this has anything. We're looking for crops in the ground and also berry bushes or berry shrubs. That's a wolf. Right there in the leaves. Luckily it didn't see me right away. Just making sure it's not running after us. Oh, more copper. I'm gonna go here. Actually, I think when we pick up the copper, it does the thing. I don't have to crouch for it. I did want to pick up a bunch of copper on the way and also label where they are. That's even more red clay. I'm going to mark anything that could be of use later, and red clay is going to be great for fire clay later. We just need to find blue clay. Oh, hello, butterfly. Blue clay is usually near water. Are these mushrooms? They are mushrooms. I don't know if this is the non-poisonous kind, so we're going to look at that. The way to know is that if it was poisonous, it would have a tooltip saying minus health. So luckily these are not poisonous. We can eat these. There is actually quite a bit. Is that flint? Yes, it is. So if we just keep going around grabbing all these mushrooms, we'll have some decent amount of food. Alright, let's see what this villager or trader would have to trade. Let's go like this. Alright, what is your name? Your name is Quill. What do you have to trade, Quill? We don't have anything that we can give you. But I figured I'd look anyway. So we can give them a leather backpack, which seems a little bit expensive, or some tools. Now this stuff is going to change over time, but at least it's good to have for right now. Is there a way to mark a trader here? I'm not sure. That's flint that I can't pick up because it's part of the trader thing now. Alright, let's see if I have enough for another 2 baskets. That's only 1. Okay, I need 10 for 1 basket. Welcome back from the ads, everyone. Actually, no, that's an ad is here. Alright, did I pick up everything there? It looks like I did. Are those more mushrooms right next to the water? No, it's a piece of driftwood. Alright, so if we go in here, grab up all of this. Oh, I missed. I see more mushrooms over to the right. I am looking ahead of us compared to where I'm focusing on. So if we go over here, I'm going to get all of the reeds that are in here, and then I think that should be good enough for a little bit. That we won't have to get more. Because I do want to make some chests out of these. And I'm guessing the chests also take 2 per tile in our crafting grid. I haven't made them in a long time, so I didn't remember what the crafting recipe is. Can I get this one, please? There we go. Alright, that should be all of it. And I saw mushrooms. Field mushroom, that's different. Is this a poisonous one? No, it's not. Okay. Let's grab a bunch of them then. So it looks like the white mushrooms are, at least for now, all edible. Whether or not it stays like that color-wise, I'm not sure. But so far, we've seen 2 white mushrooms, and they're both edible. Is that flint? No, that's just granite. Alright, we are seeing a relatively flat area. This could be a good spot for us to call our home. But I do see something right here. I can see it in front of us. That looks like a good ruin. We could start there and have like a lakefront. I also see some berries right here. I didn't mean to break it. I meant to just grab from it. I'll put that back. They'll regrow hopefully around the same time. Even more copper. Okay, it does make the waypoint immediately after picking up the little bits. Granite stones and what looks like a start of a small cave. Oh, more field mushrooms. There's some more. Now, the berries, I know, should expire very quickly. 4 days compared to 36 days. So that's a matter of less than a month or a full month and a half, I think. Alright, let's see. That looked important, but it's not. Let's see what this little thing here has. I think this is part of Better Ruins, because I don't recognize it. Alright, I wanted to right-click on this, not left-click. That's how we get the berries. This is a slanted roof. This is a house. Or it's a farm. It has cabbage, rice, flax, carrots, onions, turnips. This has to be a village, a trader, right? It is. You. Wait a minute. Are you a trader? Why do I know your name already? Yeah, they are a trader. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to get some of this food from here. But we can get a lot of food-related things. Cast iron cauldron, mixing bowls. We can sell them. Glass bottles, bottle rack. Some spiles, which is what we use to mine stuff. You know what, Puck? You seem reasonable here. And this is probably the bottle racks, yep. Ooh. We can open stuff. Does that mean I can take things? Cannot build or destroy things here. Okay. So we can't take anything from them. What about up here? Can't destroy or build. Okay, so we are not going to, unfortunately, get the cabbage from here. That would have been too good, I guess. Let's keep going and exploring. We are getting to our first night, so we might want to make a little hole. Get some. Oh, other one. That's a source of protein. I'm gonna eat it right away. We have some more berries over here. And I think I see turnips. I do see turnips. So let's grab those. I'll leave the rest to keep growing. More berries. And we're starting to get close to a forest, it seems. This is a relatively small lake. I guess it'd be more of a pond. I am honestly just looking for a river. What's this? Tin? What? I didn't know we could find cassiterite on the top of the map. It took me so long to find tin in the server with Wellbred. And we just found it here. Alright, I need to grab... What is this? Why does that look weird? Oh, it's just birch leaves. I need to grab some grass. Because we need to mix that with a stick to make a fire starter if I get the right angle. It might be 2 sticks, or it's like this. I actually don't remember. Handbook. Starter guide. I need this. It's 2 sticks. Okay, I had it backwards. I knew it was 2 of something and 1 of the other. We can get sticks from destroying tree leaves, but I'm going to try to avoid doing that. There should be sticks like all over the place in here. Oh, here's another mushroom. Is this poisonous? It is not. Okay, so we haven't run into any poisonous stuff. It does look like the mushrooms last the longest, though. So I think we're going to be going on a mushroom diet for a while. Can I get a stick on the ground without destroying anything? Thought that was copper. Oh. I want to mark that, but not get it yet, because we don't have storage. Here is a cave. Can't see a single thing down there. Oh. We're gonna go this way. That was a bear. I don't want to have to fight a bear. Ah! How did it not see me? Stick! Give me that stick. Okay, we're in a pretty cool looking forest here. I'm gonna eat some berries. I like being in the pine forest because we get a daily source, or maybe not daily source, a decent source of resin. I kind of want to just keep moving. Now we are unfortunately going further north, which means that we're going into colder climates during the winter. But I'm just surprised that we're not seeing a river anywhere. And now I'm finding all of the sticks. I am waiting a while for us to make a house, because I want to be able to make a lot of things at once. Well, that's a wolf. Wait a minute, are they not attacking because we're in a different game mode? I think that's what's happening. Okay, maybe we should have been in the regular game mode so things try and attack us. Because there's a bear. Not even trying to attack. I don't know if this was the right game mode for us. That's a bunch of different mushrooms. Ah! There's that bear attack. And I died. Hopefully we keep all of our items. We did. Alright. So where was I going? It looks like there's something over here. Let's go to a death marker. I'm gonna eat these turnips that we probably don't want to keep. We would have gotten a little bit more saturation of food from it if I cooked it first. But I'm not too worried about that. That is a lot of fish. I need to cut down a tree. We're gonna go like that. I know blue makes it a little hard to see in water, but we should be able to find it later on. Here's another ruin, which we can't really do anything about. Except for maybe dig through it, but I don't want to do that by hand. I'd rather do it with a shovel, and I don't want to make a flint shovel because they break very quickly. So we'll come back to that in the future if we can find it again. I am keeping an eye out for flint and copper, but it's going to be more and more difficult to see as night sets in. We should start getting attacked soon as well by drifters. Well, there's a bear and also a ruin. And another ruin here. Is that a fruit tree? It is a fruit tree. I didn't even see what kind it was. I wasn't paying attention. What I was more focused on was this. And I don't see any barrels or stuff that I can get through. So let's continue going this way. Let's see what the tree was again. Pear trees. That's a rift. And I was heading towards this. Which appears to be hidden in this little lake. It is hidden. And I can't tell if there would be anything in here. So we're gonna ignore it and keep going north. Now normally sand shows ores a little bit easier. So by looking at this, we should be able to find an ore near here. A lot easier than if we weren't in this. Oh, a little bit of lag. We must have rendered in something big. I'm surprisingly not seeing any ores. And that's flint. I'll take flint. Ooh, turnips. What's over here? Turnips, but nothing else. More mushrooms. Still just a bunch of stones. Alright, if we take a look at the map. And delete that. We are getting closer to the thing I was trying to get to. But another thing I'm looking for is a small tree that I can cut down. Just so that we can get some logs. I don't think there's any wood inside that, so we'll do this tree here. Because I want to make a fire pit for us to cook our food, as in the turnips and the mushrooms. I only ate the turnips before because there was only a small amount, and I wanted to get rid of a small amount of hunger. Alright, so right over here looks to be something, especially going off of this. I'm pretty sure this is just a big wall. No, it actually looks like a building. Oh, it has dangerous things inside. This might not be something we want to go into. Is this some sort of jail cell? Cannot be opened by hand. And it sounds like a drifter is opening a door. Oh, I've been around one of these with Regus. That door opening sound is concerning. What do we got in here? Anything useful? Nope, just a bunch of stones. We don't need a bunch of stones. Now, last time I remember, there was a gate in here. Aged children's toy. I'm not seeing another thing. Oh, here's the gate. Alright, how else could I get into this building? Nine days left before monsters appear. Oh! I didn't realize we set that up to being a large number. So we're not even going to get attacked except for the stuff that's in here. And it's honestly hard to see, so if I make what I think is going to be a torch. And also this. There we go. We can get some light. How do I get in here? There we go. Oh, copper! I didn't even see that, and we were standing right here. Oh, I didn't mean to delete it. Alright, note to self, don't put the torch in your hand. There we go. Oh, hello. You opened it for me. Door cannot be opened by hand. So is this like some sort of large jail cell? That's what it seems like. I don't think there's any goodies in here so far. Hello, sir. Please don't hurt me. We do have some books. Prisoner bands, wood rubble, prisoner binds. Oh, I do want this. That is going to make us have a burnt out torch. Those broke. Never mind. I need a piece of dirt. Also, I should probably make a fire pit now that I have... Oh, I had grass in here. I didn't see it. Make a fire pit so we can cook our food. And I'm gonna put this inside here so that we can get in there. Alright, inside here I want to cook mushrooms. Hello. Yeah, this is a little too easy with them not hitting me. Pile of bones. I thought that was blue clay. There's really nothing in these except for the vessels that are outside in the hallway. If we had a pick, I could mine some of this and get the stones from it. This is really just a really long jail cell. Anything good in here? Ooh, some stuff. Should we wear some of these? And scarf. Rawhide mantle. Wait, how good does this make us? 1.6. It's better than our tattered clothes. Or commoner shirt, I mean. This does say heavily worn, though. I didn't look at that ahead of time. This, I think, goes here. This and slippers. What is this terrible condition? That'll at least help a little bit. Pin, I don't know where this goes. I guess it goes there. Heavily worn 1.3. Does better than this. Oh! 1.3, 1.6. We'll keep the 1.6 then. This is what I wanted to put back there. Leather bracers. Put them on. And copper bracelet, which I think goes somewhere. Oh, it goes there. We'll leave that on the ground. Alright, what's inside this vessel? Are those shovels? They are flint shovels. So nothing really too important in here. We can't jump up there. I'm trying to get on the top of this. So this was an alright looking area. Keep placing down the torch thinking that I'm going to pick up something. Alright, our fire pit. Didn't have enough wood. Luckily, it's still warm enough that it keeps some of the heat. There we go. So if I have a commoner shirt in my pocket. Let's throw that up there. We're gonna cook this. Anything else we don't need? Open that. Arguably don't need the reeds out in the open, but we'll keep it there anyway. And now we could try making some fire clay stuff, not fire clay, some clay stuff. And making this into some stew. I don't think we need to right away yet. Alright, while that's cooking, I want to go look at whatever this is on the map. Oh, it's the area over here. Okay. Never mind then. Now this stuff. Ruined knife. Ruined stove. This is a house in water. A bowl. Red clay, okay. It's a little bit easier to see around here now that the sun has come up. Still didn't cook all of these yet. We can't cook berries, so I am going to eat the berries. Let's go like this. We're not going to stay here and watch everything cook, but I just wanted to be here close enough to where these... Alright, anything else interesting on the map yet? That kind of looks like an egg, like an Easter egg. I don't really see anything else. I wanted to build near a river that takes us to an ocean. And I'm just not... Whoa, what is all this? We ran right past whatever this is. We're gonna go south to that. Once all this is done. This must be from Primitive Survival. Because I don't remember that being there. And Gino, I just checked Discord. Gino put in a mug in Discord that is winter themed, and it's Bulbasaur wearing what I think is an elf hat. That's pretty neat. Let's put in the mushrooms. I guess we'll have to go like this. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to stay on this screen, but we're going to go into the kitten cam. Alright, I am going to leave that little fire pit there. And we are going to go and travel to someone else. Somewhere else, I mean. We were going south. Because what we want to go to is behind these woods. Just taking a quick look at the stones on here. See if there's anything good hidden between these. Doesn't look like it, so let's ignore this. It's over here somewhere. Oh. Did I drop those berries? I think I did. I don't think I picked them up. No, I did not. Okay. But somewhere over here should be some sort of ruin. Look at that. So this is a whole town here. Chat, I think we might be living here. Can you get through here? I can. This looks like a wall. A little cave right next to this building. Looks like this one has a cellar. Not seeing any, like, things we can go through. This apparently has spider webs. I didn't know that was a thing we could, have. If I just run and jump over to here. I got some junk. Slightly collapsed chest. Some torches, which I was trying to grab earlier. Marketer. Bronze necklace, we'll leave that here. Anything up here? This has dark brown ceramic anvil mold. So we get an anvil from that. And this is also in the side of the mountain, which overlooks this entire area, and there's something way out there. What am I looking at? Looks like a, another trader. And there's some clay here, here, and here. A lot of clay out there. Okay. This ruin actually looks pretty cool. What was this room? This room looks like it was just cut off from the rest of the building. Oh no, the mountain's in the middle of it. If we just figure out how to get back inside. Oops, I missed it. That's the only thing that I hate about auto jump mods and game mechanics, is that when you go to try and jump on something specific, it might automatically tell you to jump. Okay, so in here is a door. This has Chandler's blueprint. I don't know what that's for. And this would lead to that that room. But the mountain grew inside it. Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, Regus. How was Hitman? I can't get up here now. For those that don't know me, my name is Codeman9000, and on this channel we stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, where we do a Twitch Plays-Along series called Still in the Space, where I'm playing all of my video games in a specific order that shows off mankind's progression through technology. We did a group of games on medieval games, like Manor Lords. We did a group of games on modern city builders, like City Skylines 2. And now we're doing a group... Whoop. We're doing a group of games that are based on space travel. Right now we are doing Oxygen Not Included as our main game, but we did a Dream Journal, which brings us into games that I could not group in any of our little group settings. So we are technically in a dream of one of our duplicates from Oxygen Not Included right now. And we were just running around collecting different things. This is our inventory so far. We have nothing really special. And we just got to here, as I was saying, that I really want to go somewhere where there is a river to build stuff in. And we were gonna head south and keep going until a warmer climate, but we ran into this. So anyway, welcome in again. Feel free, Regus and Raiders, to lurk. Regus, you've been streaming for about 4 hours at least. Make sure you get something to eat, something to drink. And we're going to keep going through here as I catch up on chat. Is this a bed? It's a ruined bed. I can't use that. Anyway, Riga said, you pulled a real coded in New York. What? Did you clip it? It's not true unless you clip it. Ooh, some thatch. And some quartz. Is that a bed? That's a straw bed. So I could sleep here. Maybe. It actually looks like this is the bed and that is no longer working. Or this is for animals. Then it might be for animals. I love space travel and vintage story. Thank you. Alright, this looks like I can't get out of here afterwards. And I don't have a place for the torch. It's the only reason why it's in my offhand. Ooh, black carpets. Spell. Saltpeter. Okay, saltpeter's somewhat rare in my view. Can I jump out of here? I can't. I may have dug myself into a hole. I do see sand. I can grab that, or gravel, whatever. I just get rid of that. And we eat this last berry. We will just go over here into the corner and just throw the rest of these stones over there. And then... oh, that updated all the grass. If I put that there, we can get out. Oh? Okay. I didn't want to leave. I heard a loud bang. Hold on, Regus. Well, Mama's not going after any of the kittens, so it might have been something my mom was doing downstairs. What's the goal for this game? We are going to be making a village in a way. Not because we found this one. But my whole plan is to make a building for each type of thing that you try to make. For example, a blacksmith would be its own building. A farmer would have its own building for food processing with a windmill and stuff like that. There would be one building meant for just storing large bulk things. So it's pretty much just a large shed of a building. And I thought of another thing when we weren't streaming, and I forget what it was. I'm trying to think of what it is. Farmer, blacksmith, windmill, storage. A building I'm thinking of calling a bakery, even though it's not going to be just baked goods. But there's something else that I didn't already just say. And I can't figure out what it is. Because farming would include crops and animals and bees, if you don't consider them an animal. So I don't know. We do also have a couple days before we start getting attacked by monsters. We're also playing in a game mode that does not have a lot of attacking in it, so we passed a few wolves and bears that we didn't get attacked by, and I'm kind of regretting the fact that I did that setting. I'm trying to figure out how to get in here. That's the main goal. We'll be playing this for a little bit. It's not going to be like a large thing. Is there no door for this? I don't think there's a door for this. I walk away for a minute and Regus transformed into coded. Well, didn't you know we're playing Hitman right now? I don't think there's a door to this. I mean, that's a door right there, so it would be one block down, pretty much at that dirt level. So either way, we would be able to see like a top part of a door. I don't have a pickaxe, by the way. That's why we're not able to get in here without the door. Yeah, I'm not seeing... Oh, maybe it's out here. Maybe it would be like in here. Oh, I heard it. I didn't see it. It's probably under there in the dirt. I didn't see anything like crazy to go inside for. Can I crouch this? Maybe this is the door. Hold on a second. That just dawned on me. Wait, yeah, that was the door. So in here, it looks like nothing too special. I did see a floor, so that makes me think that there's a basement to this. So I'm trying to find a staircase, but it looks like either it's under... Well, I mean, this is a staircase going up. I doubt there would be a staircase going down following this. No, that's the floor. Alright, let's get out of here. Go on to the next building. It looks like it. Break a wall, make a door. I don't have a way to break a wall, and I don't want to break the debris, the walls. Is that a lamp? That is a broken lantern. Wow. Never saw a ruined one. When we were playing in the server with Wellbred, I didn't actually discover ruins, so you guys may have already seen this before, but I have not. What? I don't know why doors keep doing that. That's gotta be a setting of the game. Either that or Regus is on my solo game scaring me. So this is what that other building should look like. Why didn't this door shut, but that one did? Ah. I don't know. Anyway, this is what the other building should probably look like. And this is mostly put together. A good bed. A nice table. I really don't know what wooden straw beds are for. Skeleton? I don't see a skeleton anywhere. Do you guys see a skeleton? I'm guessing this was a bed. Yeah, a ruined bed. We could 100% make this building our home. Look at how well put together it still is. I can pick these up and then place it back down. Okay, so that other building does not have a basement. Now, if I place this back, it's probably not going to be in the right order. That's definitely not the right way. Transformers sound. That's a good ghost? Why, thank you. Alright, if I do the bottom... Nope, that didn't work either. What if I shift and do that? Nope. I'm gonna figure this out. What if I shift and do the top? There we go, we found it. So I don't know, chat. This seems honestly pretty good. This is a very decent village that I've never seen a ruin for. We could turn this into our new home. And this building, as you guys saw when you raided in, is built into this mountain. Or I should say that the building came first and the mountain grew inside it, because stone from that is in there. What was this? Firewood already. This is definitely a blacksmith here. If we're going to use it, that would definitely be the blacksmith. Again, I'm looking for... Oh, door. Look at this. Large table. Wooden torch holder. Not wooden torch holders, just regular torch holders. Ah! Now the ghost shut the door in my face. Maybe this would be more of an inn. Another torch. Is there somewhere else for me to go over here? I thought that was the hole I was going to fall into. No, that pretty much looks like it's it. We went through that one. That's the one I thought of making our house in. So the only one left would be this one, and I'm pretty sure they're all the same at this point. I wanted to update the grass. Alright, yeah, this looks just like the other one that I was thinking about putting our house in. That's a visual glitch. So this could be another... Where's the door? Right here. This could be another building. So going off of the map, those two buildings and the one here, pretty much the southern three buildings, are the only three that are intact completely. Or at least near completely. Everything else is falling apart. We are still on the look for blue clay, by the way. Now, blue clay actually does look blue on the map. Like that and this look to be the same, so that's probably red clay. That's probably peat. That could be blue clay, but I think it's red clay. And I need a little bit of blue clay so that we can make fire clay later on. Well, let's go look at these three things and see if that is fire clay. Or red clay, I mean. It could be fire clay, but that's rare. Alright, one of them is definitely red clay because I can see it already right in front of us. And that is a lot of red clay. Okay, that's more red clay. I'm gonna guess over here is even more red clay. Yep, more red clay. Was there any other spots that I want to look at? Now, I don't know what that is. Clay is more commonly around water. I'm pretty sure this is fire, not fire clay, peat. I don't know what this is. That's an odd color. Let's go this way and see what that is. Chickens. A coal loading trading cart. That's not the front door. Hello, ma'am. What's your name? Wallace. More clothing stuff. Okay. I am still looking for more copper so that we can add it to our growing amount here. This looks like a good spot for copper. It is! Look at that. I want to pick this up, but I can't because I have too many things in my hands. We did find brown coal in this area, just sitting above the ground, along with cassiterite. Let's just put the torch in our offhand. Is that flint? I'll grab some more flint. The mountain generation in this area is pretty, fantasy-like. I don't know how else to describe it, other than a good storytelling thing. Alright, we were going further over here, right? Yes, we're still going up. There's a wolf chasing a fox over to our right. I'm more focused on finding copper than whatever I was looking at on the map. But I think what I was looking at is right here. Yeah, that's peat. That's what I thought it was. What is the dark color out here that looks different than peat? It is more peat. Oh, Jolteon. That's Gen 1. I don't think I've seen Jolteon. I've seen a lot of the EV evolutions, but I don't think I've seen Jolteon. I have. I lied. Sorry, chat. Can you ever forgive me? Oh, I want to zoom in on the map. That looks like a light color right here. That could be clay. There's a bear. We don't have to worry too much about bears. Or just being attacked in general. It's more fire clay, or red clay. Hmm. I also see this and I'm curious about why that's just sitting here. A young pink apple stem. Ooh, almost jumped right in. Okay, we could... Can I mark that? I can. We can come back to that later on. Alright, that's peat, for sure. Either that or it's red clay. This could be clay. I don't think it is, but it could be clay around this water. I'll never forgive you for this. Oh no. Right, let's go over to here. It's more peat. I need to find a source of blue clay. Like it's a requirement. Let's take an example of red clay. It's different than that. When we get an example of blue clay, we will be able to tell it differently from these. These are all red clay. They all are the same color. Same as that. That's peat. Blue clay does have an actual noticeable blue tint to it on the map. But it's more rare than red clay, as you can tell. That's probably red clay. That's a lot of red clay. Oh, that's blue clay. That's 100% blue clay. Can't mistake it for anything else. Oh, a lot of reeds. And a weird looking... I saw the floating thing above it, but I didn't see this little weird cave that looks like somebody dug through it. Look at that. A little pond. And I'm guessing there's another ruin right there. I'm guessing there's a cave going up there. Yeah, that definitely was, they put in a spire here and a cave got generated through it and dug out most of it. Anyway. I'm going the wrong way. We got distracted, chat. That never happens. Right, if we continue going around here. We should... Did I just see a rabbit jump from up there right around me? That was a little crazy. What is with the weird generation here? So this is red clay. I keep trying to call it fire clay because that's what I'm looking for blue clay for. And apparently we're still going west. So, before I forget, we're going to do a poll. So the poll is, where are we going to live? Either we live in a ruined village and we remake it so that it is not ruined anymore, or if we go find another place and build our stuff from scratch. So every building would have to be prepared by us. Either one's fine with me. Again, I am going up to clumps of rocks looking to see if it is copper. Alright, we found more peat. There's a lot of peat out in this area. Is that carrot? Onions. We'll come back to them later. Actually... onion. Poll has ended and no one voted on the poll. Alright, we should be getting close to what I think is blue clay. And it is! Look at that! We found blue clay. You go right there. And if I look at this, we now have a way of making fire clay. Okay, as you can tell, very distinguishable color. So if I take that knowledge and look around more, maybe we might be able to find it again. Because I found it once. A lot of clay out here. This is where we found the blue, the brown. No, that's the tin, actually. I thought that was where we found the brown coal. Is this really the only blue clay that is in this area? I mean, it makes sense. It is a rare-ish thing. Here's our little Easter egg up here. Some weird generation stuff going on there. That better not be blue clay in the ruins. Did I just look over blue clay? Where we might end up living? I think that's what I just ended up doing. So we're going to go back to those ruins. And I think we are actually going to use those ruins as our home. Okay, so now it's more to the left, but I saw something right here. And it looked like a fruit tree. Because it is! It was slightly brighter color than the rest of the leaves around it. Oh, I didn't mean to go in water. Alright, so we should be smacking our head in a wall. Yep. And I better not get over here and find blue clay just in the ground. Oh my god, it was right here the whole time. Alright. I think we make this our home. I want one of the good looking houses. This one has a door facing inside the area. And then this might count as a cellar. Actually, no, it doesn't, because well, there's a hole in it. But also because it's not saying that this is a room. Alright, if we grab our torch holder and place it here. This torch should never run out now. And we also have a small base of operations. I want to make a chest. If I can figure out how to do it. Oh, it's 3. Wow, we actually need a lot of reed fiber for that. We'll put all of this stuff, all the useless stuff. And now, I think we should go to the closest red clay deposit, which would be right here, and grab some red clay. So if I try to make another chest, can I? I can. That'll be for the clay. Let's make a shovel. I was trying to avoid making a flint shovel. But then again, we need clay in order for us to progress. Now, this is how I usually keep my inventory. Just like this. And then down here, we wouldn't have reed fibers, but down here I'd have all my things for mining. We want to go this way. I'm leaving the torch behind. Probably not a good idea, because I can't see a single thing I'm doing. I'm just looking at the map on the not the bottom right, the top right. You guys can actually see a little bit better than I can. Like, you guys can see that there's a block right in front of me. I can't see that block at all. And that is also the clay. So I'm going to use OBS to dig through this. Which feels wrong. Oh, I went up. I might uninstall that mod that makes me auto jump. Hi, baby. You know what? We're gonna at least turn it off. What was that called? Step up advanced. What are you doing? Why are you attacking the blanket like there's something on there? Just looking to see how the kittens are doing. Alright, now I shouldn't be jumping up. I am not. Awesome. Is it still red clay? It is. I don't want to put the torch down out here because it's currently raining. So I thought that it would put the torch out as we're trying to use it. Alright, that should be good enough. Let's go back home. This will at least get us started. Oh, we can actually see where home is. It's not closing the door now. Alright, what's the first thing we need? Let's go in here. We will need an anvil. Probably should make a pickaxe mold, yes. Do I have the no, I do not. Ooh. I'm gonna need roe bread. Because I don't have the thing that automatically places down the clay. So unfortunately, I have to go by voxel to put this in. Can I accidentally place it? No, I can't. Okay. I just have to be looking at the voxel. Compared to with the current mod that I'm thinking of, I could just look at one spot and it would place in all the clay. If anyone in chat who's been on the server with us, do any of you know what that mod is? I don't know how I'm feeling about this ambient water noise. I might move to a different room or a different building. I was also thinking about playing medieval style music for this game. Or fantasy-like music. The only thing I could think of off the top of my head was something like The Legend of Zelda music. Alright, we're almost done with this. There we go. We have one pickaxe mold. Next thing we're gonna need is at least one crucible, so I should probably do that before I do anything else. Let's use this first. Do I get this clay back as I'm doing this? Like, I know it uses a percentage of the actual clay block, but do I get that clay back? And can I... Oh, I can. Okay, so this works. I'm pretty sure I need to keep that middle section open. Okay, there's a crucible. Anything else that we need? If we're using the crucible, we probably should have ingots. We can make 3 at once now? There was always 1 and 2, but I didn't know we could make a 3rd. We are going to need a max of 20 molds. How much copper do we have? Do I have enough for 100 units? 2 ingots. For those that don't know, 100 units is 1 ingot. Each piece of copper, at least in this example, is 5 units of copper. So each one is 25% of a full ingot. Alright, let's make a mold. There should be just 2 layers from what I remember, or it's a 3rd layer the same as the 2nd layer. Yeah. I don't think it's 4 layers though. I don't remember it being that deep. Okay, now that we have them, we are going to go out here. It is raining, so I'm going to want to put this in a spot where it doesn't get wet. And you know what? Right next to a stone wall shouldn't do anything. What we're going to do is make our pit kiln. And I'm just deleting a few grass around the area for fire spread, as well as getting the grass we're going to need for the actual pit kiln. Oh, another thing I didn't realize, or do well looking at, is that we don't have a lot of trees nearby. We're going to need to plant regular trees in this area. So I might want to do that soon. I don't know if this catches on fire. I don't think it will. We're gonna go like this. Put you in there. Open this one up. We're gonna grab those 3 pieces. Probably should have went up 1 block. Let's go up 1 block. Just so that I can actually get in here and pick up everything later on. That should keep the rain from doing anything. Let's eat some mushrooms. Boop. And boop. Next we need to put in a bunch of grass. I'm pretty sure I need more, yep. I'm going to spend some time doing some lawn maintenance. Oh, we're going to need sticks. Luckily I have some branches right next to me. I can probably chop down enough. Let's make sure that everything has enough. That did not. Alright, next thing we need is, I think, 4 sticks? Oh, it's 8. That's not good. Alright. Pretty sure if I use a knife, it gets branches out more frequently. I mean, there are stuff in here that has branchy leaves. So that alone gives you more branches, or a higher chance at least. Right, that's at least enough for finishing that off. We just need 8 more pieces. You know, I'm not going to use the knife because that's just going to break down the durability quicker. I'm starting to get the feeling that branchy leaves are the only time I get sticks. I don't know how true that is. And here's that blue clay that was hiding right underneath my nose. Right, we have enough for half of the sticks we need. Two more sticks and we have enough. There's the 2 sticks. Let's try and get a little bit more. Ooh. Birch seed. And the cranberry bush is what I was saying ooh for. Alright, let's just place these randomly. There's no real rhyme or reason to where I'm putting them, except for not on the clay. Alright, we have enough sticks for this. We probably don't have enough firewood. Although I think the firewood is what I was thinking needs only 4 pieces in each one. Yeah. So we do need to go get some trees cut down. And I think the quickest way to a tree is going this way. Going north through the mountain. I can already see a tree. Actually, there's trees right here. How come I can't tell that on the map? That's odd. Alright, let's climb all the way up here and grab these trees. Okay, that was just one entire block. Okay. I came down here to make sure that I was getting the bottom portion of this. Alright, I am looking for seeds. I do have a maple seed. I'm hoping that I can find another one somewhere else. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. So let's pick up all the vines and stuff that were left over from this. Alright, any vines over here? There is a giant tree right there. I think I might leave that as a landmark. Let's try getting all the way up here. That goes so high up. Parkour skills don't fail me now. Is that copper right there? What in the world? Alright, well, this tree does almost go all the way up. I can't get up here. Look at that. It goes so high up I can't see through here. Oh, no, there's a second tree. Alright, and that looks like we could have a chance of getting resin right next door to us. So if I just hop down here, are we lucky enough to get... Oh, we are lucky enough to get resin right at home. Look at that. And then this tree would not have resin. They don't usually spawn close by to each other. Ah! I fell pretty far. Now you can get a tree that has 2 things of resin on it. What was that? That's a bear. Stay away from me. As I was saying, you can get a tree that has 2 things of resin on it, but you don't usually get 2 pine trees next to each other that have resin. Okay, any copper on the ground? I don't think there is. Alright, let's turn this into firewood. I could have went over to that one building that had firewood in it, but I figured we should use our own stuff. I need grass. I also need another stick. No, I do have a stick. Never mind. We are going to make another torch. You know, I think there was a thing with a bunch of torches in it. In this area. But I need this for out here. Is it actually raining or is it just a noise? Because I don't even see any rain particles. No, I actually see the particles now on the ground. Alright, we'll have these going. They take 20 hours. So we are going to go in here and clean out our inventory first. I'll need that. We'll plant this. And we're going to use clay for a bunch of things. If I come out here, we're going to go right here with this maple tree. And I was lucky enough that these do not burn up. Alright, so if we go in here, I need to make an anvil. This is going to be what we're using after I get enough copper for us to go into the Bronze Age. Now we do have cassiterite nearby, so we can pretty much skip the Copper Age if we are smart enough to only make one copper pick. I wish this was a little bit faster, because it's not always keeping up with my mouse movement. Almost done this layer. This is going to take a lot of clay and a lot of time. That's why I did the other 3 things first. So that while we are waiting for them to be fired, we can go and do this. Alright, we're starting to get to the head of the anvil. So I think we're getting near the top. We're not really close, so I think we still have like 4 or 5 more levels to do. But we're at least being able to see the actual shape. I think it's 2 more layers. It's 2 layers, or this might be the last one going off of what it looks like. I thought it was going to be more layers. So I think my initial thought is correct, and this isn't the last layer. Okay. Definitely one more. And there's our anvil. So we just need to fire that. Highly doubt these are near done. They are not. I think I will go get a bunch of fire clay until this shovel breaks. Now that I can actually see what we're doing. Let's find this entire top layer. This is so slow with a flint shovel. What happens to a berry bush when you take the dirt off from underneath? Oh, it breaks the bush. Okay. That makes sense. Now this is going to be 100% way too much clay for us to ever do anything with. But we could make red shingles. What month is it anyway? May? We still have a while for us to figure stuff out. I was just thinking about how we're going to survive the winter, but that's because I was used to the game progressing faster, being on a server with multiple people. We won't have to worry about winter for a while. And that is my entire storage filled. Because I do not have a lot of storage. Berries are gonna go. There we go. I don't need red top grass. We'll keep the berry bushes. This is a lot of red clay just on this top layer. So I think we should make some vessels for storage and start putting the clay in the vessels instead of a little reed chest. This is taking forever. Okay. We made it to the end of that. There is still quite a bit of clay left to take from there. Let's just put the clay in there like that. Still have a bunch of berries. I guess that's from when I broke the shrubs. Oh, there's lightning over there. All right, what I want to do is I want to grab as many shrubs as I can see. All I'm seeing is leaves that way. These are flowering, so I probably should have tried to grab the food from it first. Although it says it would ripen in 9 days. That's not really close. So we're going to have a cranberry farm. And that's another cranberry right here. Alright, what about these? Yep, still cranberry. Okay. Should we end up using peat for everything? That's red clay. Should we use peat as our main fuel source? Since we have so much of it around us? I am still keeping an eye out for more copper. Don't know why I said it weird like that. Alright, that should be a decent amount. Especially since we have some in here already. If I just pick a random spot in the middle of this town... That's blue clay, I don't want to put it there. Yeah, let's go right here. Oh, I wanted to go on top. Oh, it can't go on top, okay. And we have an odd number, so boom. So that's a quick source of food. It's not going to be a very good source, but it's at least a quick one. Another 14 hours. Alright, let's spend more time in here. I at least want a stack and some more while doing this. So with this, I want to do vessels. Where are they at? Right here. We also need to go on a hunt for bees. You know what? We can just copy that. Make that a little bit quicker. Come on, make it in there. There we go. Copy this up a couple times. I think I'll start with just 3 of these. Whoa. I think we'll start with just 3 and then maybe make more later on. I do plan on using chests as our primary storage, but for right now, we might as well use these as our primary storage. Okay, this one I'm not going to wait. Boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. I could just hold down the mouse and get it done a little bit quicker. Okay, that's one. Let's do one more. And another. This one can actually be like this. Go back to here. Hold down the button now and watch this just rise over its own time. Not even have to place anything down. We are going through a whole stack very quickly though. I am slightly concerned with how fast we're going through it. But hopefully if we get all of this stuff ready and prepared when we go actually mining for copper, we can have this being fired. And then when we come back from getting all the copper that we can find, we don't have to worry about it. Copy. Alright, I need to grab a little bit more. Let's do another one. And just copy this in. Ooh. Oh, G makes you sit down. I thought I pressed something that just broke the game. Alright. Continue this going all the way up. And I think what I might do after we finish streaming in a little bit is spend some time trying to find out how to change our game mode back to being regular survival. Just so that we get attacked a little bit more frequently. I don't know if it is possible to do so after you've already started the game, but it looked like I could when I went into the delete option. That's our last vessel. Now I am firing one mold for an ingot. We want at least 20, so I need 19 more. We'll put them on over here. We can go up to 18 with this and then make one more. I do that and then that 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 19. I'm going to start with these first. I should be able to fire 4 of these at once. If I remember correctly, I think it's either 4 or 2 at a time can go in the Pit Kiln. But then how are we able to make 3 at once? I don't know. Let's go through here and take out all the stuff that we don't need. I'm getting my low battery notifications on the earbuds. So I think we will call it, depending on how close we are to having the things outside completed. And find out someone to raid out into. F. Oh, that was delete. Keep left clicking instead of right clicking by accident. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Very slow and tedious. But I'm trying to do this in a way that I can just copy and paste. Without having to switch back and forth between doing the bottom and doing the sides. Okay, now if I grab a little bit more, because I don't think we have enough clay to do all of them. And we go through here and place down the first layer. We should be able to do this last layer a lot quicker than right now. Apparently there's a wolf near the town. Oh, there goes one earbud. Only 3 more sets to go. I have a feeling that by the time we're done with this, the pit kilns outside are going to be very close to being done. I don't think they'll be completely done. They should be near it. Oh. And that's still on that, so we need to go to here. Welcome back from the ads. You guys haven't missed much. If anything, you guys came back at the time where we get to speed up everything. But it looks like when it's done, it goes straight into my pocket because of how many we're making at once. And there goes the other earbud, so I can't hear a single thing now. What happened to our 4th basket? Did I not make 4 baskets? I could have sworn I had a 4th basket. Yeah, how close are these to being done? 6.5 hours. It looks like every second is a minute. So what, 6 minutes? We need to do something for 6 more minutes? That doesn't seem too long of a wait. I want to know if there's any reed fiber in this water. Yes, there is. I need 10 pieces of reed fiber. So I can make another basket. Because I could have sworn we had a maxed out inventory. Get back here. There we go. Right, what else could we use? Oh, we're gonna need spile molds. I don't know how many it makes at once. But I know as we get into the better metals, we're gonna need more spires. Whoops. That's a lot. I can't even make out where... I mean, I can see what I think is a hole. But that messes with my eyes pretty bad. Oh, looks like a majority of this is large. 7 days left before monsters appear on the map. Even though they're already appearing. Like when we found that ruin before. Right, now, if I start doing this, we should get things filled in a little bit quicker. Thought we were done with that one layer. There we go. Okay, so that should make the things that we put into the rocks, so we can get a large portion of rock at one time. What else do we need? We don't need clay pots. We should probably make all of the molds. Self-hanger, clay hoe, cross-picking pick, shovel. Was I thinking of splitter plugs? I was thinking of splitter plugs. What is a spile? No, that is. Nice siphon. Oh, that's for getting tree sap. Okay, we'll keep that. But what I was trying to do was not that. So let's go through this and make all of the different molds. As we wait for about 2 more minutes. For our molds to be done. Oh, ran out of clay. Wow. And there. All right, let's check on their time. I think they're close. 3 hours. 3 more minutes. 20 after. Do I need a Falx blade? I don't think I need Falx blade. We do need hammer. We will have to be Thor. I arguably should have made the... Actually, no, we didn't make the anvil, so there's no point in us having a hammer before the pick. Because we can't do anything with the hammer without a anvil. Okay. We will make a health hammer. So probably need this in the future. none of this is 3 blocks. And we can just copy this. I think that may be one of the only times that I've made one of those. Next is a hoe. We will make a hoe, because we will be farming often. I arguably should be starting that now. Let's just copy this and then take out the things we don't need. Things here are not happening the way I wanted to. Think I need one more layer? No, I do not. Okay. Alright, what's next on the list? Oh, don't know what that is. Oh, that's for armor. We already have pickaxe. We don't have prospecting pick. And I'm just going to do the same thing we did with the hoe. Place it all in and just take away the stuff we don't need. Alright, next is stick picked shovel. Now, arguably, I actually don't need any of this because once we have an anvil and a hammer, we'll be hammering things together. But I'd like to have all these molds just in case I end up running out of a hammer or something. We don't have the ability to make another one right away, but we do have the ability to make other things. This is next. This is the splitter pugs for the stone mining. Ran out of clay again. And this time I took all the clay by accident. Didn't mean to. And this should be easy to clean up afterwards because they're only 2 blocks or 2 voxels thick. So if I just go to this, it should be as easy as clicking on it. And I messed up a few times. That's done. And what's next? We have fishing lure, fishing hook, bed of nails. I don't think we need any of that. Planter, cooking pot. We will need cooking pot. Clay bowls, hook mold, bottles, small cauldron. Let's check on the stuff first, and then we might do more. Looks like 1 more minute. Let's do 4 cooking pots. That is not what I wanted to be on. This is very odd, playing without any noise at all in my ears, because my headphones died. But I refuse to put on the other headphones if we're going to raid out soon. And I'm hoping that I downloaded the mod that gives us a rack for all these molds. Right, now we get the copy. I think we do this for 3 layers. That's 1, 2, 3, and then I think it's a lid. Okay, we first need to get rid of all those. Why does it look like there is a voxel inside there? There isn't. That was weird. Could have sworn that a piece of it fell down. Okay, now this is probably done. It is. Let's eat some of these berries. Actually, we have less of these berries. Let's eat them first. Arguably, I shouldn't be holding these berries at all in my hand, but I also don't have anything to put them in. Grab you, and you. All these need to be on a fire pit. Well, the crucible does, I mean. So let's make one right here. Crucible. Get rid of our torch. No, we'll move the torch to here. Boop. And in there, we're going to add the rest, because I don't know how much we're going to need for this. Let's place this down again, and that right next to it. What do we need the most out of all of this? Hammer, anvil, and a vessel. That's not where I wanted that. And I think we're just going to go further out. And make this a larger pit kiln. I don't know how many of these I'm going to need. I definitely need more spaces. I just remembered that I have all of the molds in my pocket for the ingots. Why can't I put more than one? That one I could. What the heck? Weird. That there, and whoop, that there. How many ingot molds can I put in one square? Is it 3 or is it 2? It is only 2, so I need 7 more squares. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And if we take these all out, we go boom, and boom, 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 boom. And Here, it looks like I need 2 more spaces. Yeah, apparently I miscounted there. And then the final space, I guess we'll just put it way out here. There we go. Now let's grab all these leaves out of here, or the grass, I mean. No fire spread allowed. Oh, my knife broke. I don't have any sticks. Alright, we're gonna have to ignore this for a while. And let's focus on this. I want to grab all of that. Open this up. Spread that out evenly so it cooks faster, and just get this started. And if I'm lucky, this takes 100 units, and that takes 100. Yep, they do. And this should start cooking at around 200. Or I'm wrong, and it's going to start around 700. I forget. I need a charcoal for this, don't I? It might actually be 1300, not... Oh, no. We didn't make any charcoal. Actually, that fire is getting... It's still getting hotter. I think firewood has a max temp of 700. Yes, it does. And that needs to go above 1,000 before it will actually start smelting. So I just wasted most of that. This is going to be waiting for us in the next stream. So we're going to leave it like this. Gonna eat one more berry. Let's save and exit the world. And if we're lucky, this game does not progress as a server would. So let's find out who we're going to raid. Let's go into the... Oh, actually, we should take a screenshot before we go into our raid out scene. Where are all the kittens? Okay, I have the 2 tux. No, I don't. I have paintbrush and what I think is the male tuxedo at my feet. The other one is laying on my bed, just slightly out of camera view. You guys can probably see them in the bottom right of the cat camera. A little patch of white in the corner is one of the kittens. It is taking a little bit longer to reload than usual. I did not just realize that because I was tabbed out in Regis's channel, that I am in my own channel now. Let's find a good spot to lag and get frozen. What I was really going to say is find a good spot to take a picture at. I want to get on top of this fence. So that should let me get on top of here. Oh, that tree's grown. So that we can take a picture of this. Alright. Now we can actually leave the world. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to catch me live, I stream on Twitch on Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 AM EST to 12:30 PM EST, and on Sundays from 10 AM EST to 2 PM EST.